on my way to the spot. So I got a question. I got a question for all of y'all. What did y'all think of the documentary? What did y'all think of 50 Cent's documentary about Diddy? You know, y'all done had a whole 8 hours since I first said something about it to watch it. So, I'm wondering what y'all think now. Give me a little lotion. Yeah, I really want to know what y'all think now. You know, do y'all think 50 was... Y'all think he was, you know, cool? Well, what did y'all think? Because, see, I'm going to watch it. I just wanted to go ahead and throw the question out, you know, since it's been about, you know, almost 24 hours since it's been out. You know, and I really want to know this. What is he going to get out of it? What was his aim and purpose for it? See, you know, one thing I've learned about business and business people is they don't do anything without an aim or a purpose. Nothing at all. You know, so if he took all of that time, I don't know how long it took him to make it. I know he probably had it done. Either had it done by the time the trial was over, or probably had it done before the trial was over, or had the people that he needed in the pocket so he could get the information, because he had to get it from somewhere. Remember what I said. Remember what I said. You don't just get information out of the blue like that. Somebody either coming to you, offer it to you for a price, because they'll tell you in this world, they say everybody has a price. You got a price? I mean, ask yourself that. Do you got a price? That's a good question. Now, if he did it for a price, what was the price? What was the price that the person paid, or the person who had the information, the footage and all of that? What was the price that they got paid to give that information up to 50 Cent? I mean, I'm just asking some questions. That's all. You know, and what is he getting out of it? I mean, I think they some valid questions. What is he getting out of putting this documentary out? How is it making him feel? Is it some get back? You know, because we live on the planet. We all live, you know, we live on the earth. So we have relationships with each other at different times during our lives. You know, we trying to make some achievements. You trying to get somewhere. You meet this person, you meet that person. You know, y'all hang out for a little bit. Y'all talk, you know, music or business or whatever it is. Then after y'all talk that, then y'all get to know each other a little bit, do some business, and, you know, hell, y'all might even, you know, go out to, you know, take your girls out to dinner together, you know what I'm saying, or something, or, you know, whatever, you know, hang out at each other's houses, stuff, you know, normal people do. What do you find out about that person, though, after you spend all that time with them? What do you find out about? What do you see in? How do they act? How do they talk? mannerisms. You know, so they probably knew each other a little bit. They was both in the same entertainment field. You know, the way these cats, once they start getting into this money, they all start running into the same women. All of them. You just never know. So what do you think the ultimate goal was? Is this a character assassination? Is this a hit piece? Did he want to show the people what kind of person Diddy was? And what was the purpose for that? You don't think he good enough to do what he do? I mean, like I said, I'm just asking some questions. Everybody does something of this magnitude, they got a motive. They got a reason why they doing it. They're just not doing it just to be doing it. It's not happening like that. It's just not. So now that we know that part, now that you watched it, because like I said, I haven't watched it yet. I'm just saying, now that you've watched it, what do you think? You might have to go back and watch it again now. Hell, you might have to do some research on the type of relationship 50 and Diddy had. Might have to do some research on that too. You know, because it's not what you think it is. You can believe that. It's not what you think it is at all. I don't think it's that. I'm just saying, me myself, I don't think it's that. I think it's some tomfoolery behind it. I really do. What's up, everybody in the chat? You know, on my way to the house, about to go and relax. You know, I might work on some music, start putting together my notes, you know, for this Rap Fatigue video that I'm gonna be doing here within the next couple of days or so. I should have did it last weekend, but that was Thanksgiving weekend. You know, the story was popping. It was, you know, all over the place, but I don't mind doing it right now, because now that you've seen all of that, I can come behind it with this. Might add a little, you know, a little more value to what's going on. But yeah. So with that being said, oh, also, what do y'all think about the Secretary of War? You know, and all of the stuff that's going on with him, old Pete Hegseth. What do y'all think of how Trump distancing himself now? You know, hey, y'all remember that little conference that they had just what, 2-3 months ago? Late summer, early fall, you know, brought all the generals in, talking about what we not gonna do, and we not a nation of you know, flabby, weak people. Said all of these different things, you know. If we gonna strike, we gonna strike. We gonna do it first. All of this stuff. Now look at everything that happened now. Yeah. I see some distancing going on now. Yeah. I see some distancing going on now. So, you know, well, all of the stuff that's happening in the world today, I think that we should keep this one thing in mind specifically. At the end of the day, how we treat each other is the most important thing. How we treat each other is the most important thing. I'm gonna turn this light off. You know, you might not be able to see me that well, but I'm in the shadow now. I just have to make sure, you know, I'm not being followed by, you know what I'm saying, those one people. You know, we call them 12. Some people call them one time, whatever. But then when I get up here, I'm gonna turn it back on. You know what I'm saying? So, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna turn it back on now. So, now that we're at the point that we're at, how we treat each other is the most important thing. It's the most important thing. No matter what we say, I mean, no matter what anybody says, how we treat one another right now in this time is going to be very important. So if you like being around ignorant people, then you're going to be off into some ignorance. You know what they say, you know what I'm saying? You play silly games, you get silly results. How we treat one another is going to be the most important thing. And how the world starts treating the black man and woman on the planet is going to be just as important. Just as important as how we treat one another. You see what I'm saying? It starts with us at the end of the it starts with us. Once we start exhibiting the right behavior towards one another, then everybody's going to see that they're not going to be able to just treat us any other way or talk to us any other way. That's it in a nutshell. That's it for us in particular. For the human family in general, well, in particular for the human family in general, how we treat each other is important. How we treat each other is important. You know, self-improvement. Self-improvement. So, yeah, this your brother. 20 went ahead on and got one out the way real quick. Like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. Clear Vision Media got a lot of stuff coming up. I'm trying to map it all out for 26. So let's do what we supposed to do. Let's be good to one another. You know. And I'm gonna say it like this: let's be good to each other always and in all ways, like my girl always say. You know, that's her saying. She likes saying that. You know, that's her signature. You know, let's be good to each other always and in all ways. You know, and the only way for you to do that is for you to be able to love yourself. So this is your brother, and God willing, I will see y'all on the rebound. All right. Peace. Hold on. What did that say? At Jones, Jaju, I'm gonna answer that question. I'm gonna answer that question tomorrow. I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna make sure I keep that in mind, and I'm gonna answer that. I that's something that's worth getting into. That's definitely a subject that's worth getting into. So yeah, I'm a. He said, "Let me ask you something. Even with this turmoil, why do you think the separation has been so prevalent without blaming tech?" I don't understand. I don't understand that one. Okay. All right. Well, there she go. Yeah, she done popped in. I didn't even know she popped in the live. All right, family. I'm out of here. Peace.